Hello and welcome to What Are You Saying? #Ways, where we talk about topics in the news as it affects us all. I am Osayo Mesale, and today I'm joined by my amazing co-anchors, Isia Fodele and Elsie Godwin. Hello, ladies.
Hello, Sayo.
I'm in a good mood today.
You should have been in the middle, though. Right. Oh, it's so bright.
Yeah, I'm bright and yellow today, but I got the memo. I'm wearing black shoes, so it's fine. And the black hair.
Oh, but it's kind of in sync anyway.
So our guest complimented Isi's hair. I'm so...
Oh, it was black.
It doesn't change the fact that it's still boring, though.
No, my hair is gorge. And that's from her. Thank you.
She is beauty.
Thank you.
Mama went to do red hair.
Like, how many years is this dread now?
I've had it for about 9 years now.
Wow.
Yes. And I keep saying it, another 9 years to go.
Wow.
We're going to keep it for a while.
Eh?
So, just that, I mean, I can do it and do other things as well. So, yeah, I can.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So how was your weekend, Isi?
Do we have to go there?
We still have a little time.
My weekend was good. I was elected as the Secretary General of ADCN,
Congratulations!
the Association of Diction Coaches of Nigeria.
We not go finish to hear English going forward.
So
how was the elections?
It went quite well, and it
Nice.
was interesting, actually. In fact, let me put it in quote. You don't hear Oyibo. Oh gosh! You know, when you're in the midst of people who actually speak the Queen's English,
The proper English,
proper-
with the right
the right
pronunciations and all
the
of
right
that.
way to articulate it, and you know, you are quite mindful of the words you use.
Okay.
So it was interesting at the end of the day, and I had a ball. It was
Awesome.
interesting.
Congratulations.
Congratulations. So you're the secretary now?
I'm the Secretary General National.
There's
Nice.
general
Wow.
behind it.
Yes.
National, not even
Yes,
local, not within Lagos.
not within
This is a
Lagos.
big
No, it's
deal.
national.
So are you taking us out for dinner?
Oh, let's do the dinner after that dinner.
After the dinner.
After the dinner, yeah. How about you, Elsie? How was your weekend?
Chelsea's on top of the league, so I'm fine. Great weekend.
Please,
My
don't go
Chelsea
there.
fans, I love you. We are doing this big, so you know she's an Arsenal fan by association, so I understand her pain.
Oh, that's, see, I was having chest pain yesterday.
I'm so happy.
I said, please, before I go and die, I know what. I know what.
I'm not a football fan, though.
My darling, when
And
your
then-
team is winning, it's just amazing. It's an amazing feeling.
Hallelujah. That's why we wear blue nails.
No, this one is going soon. That's not even. I need to get my jersey this year. Like,
You have to
get the
actually.
I heard that the
Yeah.
Arsenal
Yeah.
fans they've already they all hit themselves.
Did you see this comedian, the guy that does that talks with Yoruba language, that he's always using animals? He now put his son. He was now begging the I will send you the video. He was begging his son, please do not do what they did to me. I'll send you the video. Maybe you'll be the one to interpret it for me.
They made my son.
You need to watch that video. You're going to laugh.
Okay,
That guy, that comedian, he was just begging his son, please direct your future well. Don't make the mistake that I made.
Don't choose Arsenal.
All right, so tonight we're having an amazing guest with us, and we're talking about the national issues, national concerns, and again, because he's a comedian, we want to find out how the comedy industry is impacting our national growth. And here's what we found as today's quote: "The duty of comedy is to correct men by amusing them." This is a very short but very apt quote. You know how you correct a lot of things, and but you are saying it in a comical way. I think that's the duty of comedy, I feel. All right, so as I'd mentioned earlier, a lot of people often wonder how we are able to find a place for laughter amidst the myriad of problems facing our country, Nigeria. So Benga Deyinka, is here to discuss the state of the nation and the role of comedy in nation building. But first, we'll take a break to see what we found in the news. You're still watching Ways. Now, on the night of 22nd to 23rd August 1791 in Santo Domingo, today now known as Haiti, and the Dominican Republic, saw the beginning of the uprising that would play a crucial role in the abolition of the transatlantic slave trade. It is against this backdrop that the International Day for the Remembrance of Slave Trade and its Abolition is commemorated on the 23rd August each year. This International Day is intended to inscribe the tragedy of the slave trade in the memory of all people. In accordance with the goals of intercultural project, the slave route, it should offer an opportunity for collective consideration of the historic causes, the methods and the consequences of this tragedy, and for an analysis of the interactions to which it has given rise between Africa, Europe, the Americas, and the Caribbean. So this is a very important day. So happy International Day for Remembrance of Slave Trade and its Abolition. Anybody has any history on slave trade that they know? Our historian is in the building.
I don't know why you're asking.
Back in the day.
Go ahead.
Actually, we know that the abolition of slave trade was by Abraham Lincoln, and he did this based on the fact that he felt that the Americans and the blacks cannot actually live together without some sort of balance or equality. So what he did was, you know, rally round and get I think this was in 1883 or so. That was when the Slave Trade Act was given out. Yes, so it was Abraham Lincoln actually did this, and he actually achieved that role of abolishing slave trade in America. Now, did that really solve the problems of the blacks in America? No. Till today, no, it hasn't solved the problem, because there's still that racial difference between them, between the blacks and the white. And that's why today the blacks are actually trying to speak up more. Yes, speak up more than before. Than, you know, but also, we also have the history of what's his name? Martin Luther King, who also stepped in, but his role was kind of different from Malcolm X.
Oh, okay.
Malcolm X, who decided, hey, we have to go the violent way to try to make our stance known.
Get our freedom.
To make our stance known as a people in America. Even though slave trade has been abolished, the maltreatment of blacks has not been abolished. But Martin Luther King came with the idea that, hey, we need to do this with peace.
Dialogue.
Not, yes, we don't have to be violent about it. And I think that's the difference between Martin Luther King's approach or ideology and Malcolm X's ideology.
For me, I didn't even know this was the day we mark it today, but it just reminded me of my trip to Tanzania, Zanzibar. So they have kept these places like where they kept them in chains. You just begin to know about the history, and it is very emotional. Like, you don't even, I wouldn't advise anyone to go there if you're not mentally strong to
stomach what you see.
You don't even have to go as far as Zanzibar. Badagry
is the one I've gone to, you know. I mean, I've been to Badagry, but I was very
the point of no return.
I was very little, so it's just the memory is not that strong.
I think maybe we should make a trip there.
Yeah, we should.
We should.
We should as a ladies, ladies night. We should make a trip there. All right, so who we starting? Let me come to you, Elsie. What did you find for us in the news today?
Okay, so early hours of today, we saw a post from ex-Big Brother Niger housemate Dorothy Bako. In a post on her Instagram page, she said that some EFCC operatives broke into her home. That's breaking down the door at about 4 a.m. this morning. That's Monday morning. According to her, she heard a loud sound and voices followed after she rose and came down almost naked to see fully armed men of the EFCC in her living room. One of them recognized her as the contestant from the Big Brother Niger show from last time, and they sort of left. But on going back upstairs to meet her mom, she realized that her mom was already in a panic mode because of the way they came into the house and all that. But EFCC came out to respond, and they're saying that they had a search warrant for Miss Bako's house, which happened to be one of the flats in the building where 9 suspected fraudsters were arrested. They claim to have knocked on the door and identified themselves as EFCC operatives and were refused entry for several minutes by Dorothy's sister, and that was why they had to break down the door, saying that if you have nothing to hide, and they identified themselves, that you should be able to open the door. You know, and this is still very unsettling for me, because I remember, I think we took the story of them going into hotels,
barging into hotels.
Now you're barging into, you're saying they should,
Jordan Stevens, she
they
recalled her
should
story.
be able to open the door at 4 a.m. Why is your search warrant telling you to go and arrest somebody at 4 a.m. Even if you come to my own house.
No, but in all honesty, those kind of raids happen at odd hours, so they're able to trap whoever it is that they're looking for. That's the structure.
So if they come to your house and knock your door and tell you, yes, with the insecurity we have in this country, will you open the door?
No.
Never.
Because how would you ascertain that it's really the EFCC that is at your door?
Exactly.
So I don't know.
I'm even questioning the kind of estate she's living in.
I was going to go there. The environment, wherever she's staying, then the security is not strong enough. So if she knows what's good for her, then she should
I mean, estates that we have, this is your estate that they will check your umbilical cord. you have to call.
They should have notified her or notified them that someone was coming in. It's as simple as that. It's essential.
You wouldn't blame them too, because do you know how the EFCC operative approached the security guys as well?
At the gate, yeah.
You don't know.
Possible.
So, I mean,
there should have been some.
But we have to.
warning.
We have
It's
to move
important.
on. Issy, quickly, your story.
My story, I'm going to keep it short because this is kind of hilarious to me. I saw the story and I said to myself, oh my gosh, now at least they're exposing the fact that we have a set of individuals who are not appropriate for that position in APC. So we have, or a certain party. So this story goes, five APC caucus leaders arraigned for alleged hooliganism in Osun State.
He's a hooligan.
So, if you look at the story, what actually caught my attention was the fact that somebody from the set of the men that was arraigned was actually smiling. So that means that he knew that it was just a part of, it's not something that's serious. It's just it's just a show for individuals or for show, basically. So the story is the fact that they were charged for assault on the 14th of August at about 1:30 p.m. for assaulting an individual that was just coming out of an APC party rally or something like that. So the case has been adjourned till...
I needed you to say what they did exactly. They were using stone.
They assault. I don't want to say
stone. This is pure hooliganism. Like,
I didn't want to say
your
that.
fellow taxi member are using stone.
The fact that they are hooligans has just been established, and that is fine by me.
Is it today that we have been seeing all this? What about the ones that we see in National Assembly where they begin to bring up punching gloves? I mean, these are things that we see them exhibiting.
But
remember there was the time they shut down the National Assembly where they had that scaling defense.
It's not even...
There's nothing they have not done.
That's what I'm saying. If it's for hooliganism, my sister, it's in all of them, their blood.
I was just picturing it.
So we should be very careful of the kind of people that we are actually bringing in. If we can, which is possible.
Okay, today is a comedy day.
I like it.
All right, so I just wanted, because this was a breaking story, court refuses another request to stop resident doctors' strike. The judge ordered both the Nigerian government and the striking doctors to suspend all hostility. So this, the National Industrial Court in Abuja, that's today, rejected the application made by the federal government in conjunction with the Ministry of Health to stop the striking doctors from going ahead with to stop them and let them resume work. But according to the judge, he's saying that all parties should just suspend the hostility that they are, nursing towards each other and see how they can move on. So this is actually very sad, because I was really looking forward to getting a medical personnel so we can have this conversation. A lot of people, I was driving to work today, a lot of people were calling in how people, they've lost loved ones because nobody to attend to them in the hospital. So, every other thing, I was telling you how I was listening to Dora Queen's interview on radio, and she was saying that, see, you can do all this other corruption, but anything that has to be corruption as it regards the health, it is direct murder. So for the doctors to be striking and the government is okay with it, this strike now is about 3 weeks going. right? And the government is not even trying to make, I mean, some of their demands are like, you know, they still talk about the hazard allowance. With all the exposures that they're being exposed to, you're paying a doctor 5,000. I mean, if you listen to when they talk about brain drain in the medical field, it is now every single day a doctor leaves Nigeria to go abroad. Many doctors are leaving because the working conditions here, even outside of the pay, the working conditions, they do not have tools to work with. So these are valid things that I would think that a reasonable government will sit down and say, you know what, let's put heads together and fight and find a lasting solution. No. Have you been to Luth? They say people are taking drips inside Keke Napep, you know, and it is bad.
That's where
the state of the hospitals are really bad.
Why? The state of the hospitals will always degenerate. Wow. Compared to how it was before, because the federal government or the federal officers that we have or the government officials that we have will not go to these hospitals. They would rather go to a
that conversation clinic, I think we would have it tomorrow.
Exactly, a private clinic, or they would rather have to go abroad. And why wouldn't they go abroad? So why would they care about the poor man? The poor man who goes to the general hospital or the community hospital. You know, it's important really that we take all of these into cognizance, because the more we believe that they will look out for our interests, the more we are fooling ourselves.
On that note, we're going to talk about the state of the nation with our guests. When we return from the break, stay with us. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
Businesses in Africa can be very challenging. In Nigeria, it is particularly intimidating, and successful builders have learned how to navigate a hostile environment to unlock opportunities. But one major challenge businesses face is how to filter through the noise and identify where their ideal customers exist. Get insight and practical steps from industry players and captains of industries. Hear success stories to help you make informed decisions as you scale your business in Nigeria. Watch Business Insights at this time on PlusTvAfrica.
It is engagement we need to have.
Those who suffer miscarriages are never taken into account.
Members of the National Assembly are also influence peddlers.
You are sitting on Nigerians' money.
From the barbing, I pay my rent. From the barbing, I send my children to school.
A consultative engagement.
No any tangible notification before they ban us.
It's one thing for people to be at your back and the heat of the moment, and another thing for them to still be with you when push comes to shove.
I will do everything to take Lagos out of the national grid.
This is it for upcoming artists to blow in Nigeria.
Welcome to Plus Trending. I am Bookie November, your host, saying thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Welcome back. It's tea time on PlusTvAfrica.
Practice makes perfect. I'm not perfect yet, but I'm a lot better than I used to be.
He's a king. He's entitled to marry 100 if he wants to.
Thanks for staying with us. Now, it's no news that Nigeria is faced with a myriad of challenges, from insecurity to striking doctors, like we just said. There's hardly a sector in the economy that is not challenged. Nigeria also ranks third in the World Terrorism Index. That's a report that some do not really agree with. However, in contrast, Nigeria moved up 21 places in the World Happiest Report ranking of happiness. That's average life evaluation based on the 2020 survey, from the 80th to 59th position, ranking above countries like Russia, Ghana, South Africa, and Kenya. So what has been the impact of the comedy industry in our nation's challenges, and how can we collectively harness the comedy, the power that comedy wields to build a better Nigeria? Now, please let us hear what you have to say. Remember, you can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-8038-4663. Quickly, Elsie, just before I bring in our guest, in a minute, how do you think comedy, what role do you think comedy is playing?
At least comedy is helping us fight depression, even if nothing else. That's the only thing that can come to my mind at the moment. I think I exhausted my quota in the last
on episode. Friday, yes, because our guest did not show up.
We have to talk about the impact of comedy, but yeah, it's a huge tool.
Absolutely.
And I think we're using it to rise to a certain degree.
Absolutely. How about you, Issy?
I totally agree with Elsie, because comedy helps our mental health. You know, one second we are facing so much bad news, the next minute we're listening to something that is so hilarious. And comedy is like a satire. It exhibits the comic side of the bad things that we've experienced. If you've read the Trials of Brother Jero, is my favorite satire of all time. You know, that is an exceptional book by Wole Soyinka. So it exhibits and depicts the problems we've been having in Nigeria from way back, and we're still having, but now on another dose and another level. So I think satire and comedy is essential to our mindset.
And that's why she is the Secretary General of National Elocution Classes. All right, so Gbenga Adeyinka is a multi-award-winning Nigerian actor, comedian, radio and TV presenter, writer, and master of ceremony. He was formerly referred to himself as the comedian of the Federal Republic, and now he's now the Grand Comedian of Nigeria. That's his new title, GCON. A graduate of University of Lagos, Gbenga worked as a corporate affairs manager before delving into entertainment industry. Now he is the creator of Laugh Matters, a headline comedy event which has been running for 11 years now. Recently, he branched into agriculture with the establishment of Aduni Adeyinka Food Sources, and he's joined in live in studio with us.
My head was just swimming when you were saying all this.
Elsie,
let me just say, finally, who is about to do that.
We didn't miss your train. Thank you
it's
so
nice to be
much.
here. It's so nice to be here.
And
I like the name of the program.
Oh.
What are you saying?
Yeah.
You know, it can also be, what are you saying?
Somebody turned into something on social media. You know how savage they can be. What are you smoking?
I didn't hear that one.
That's something that I agree with. Like, it's like people are smoking.
It might be good. If you say something sensible, say, my sister, what are you smoking? But if it don't make sense, that would be,
what are you
smoking? What you are smoking must not be sold in packets.
That is the tone and intonation.
Oh, but it's such an honor to have you with us.
The pleasure is mine. The pleasure is mine. I like the topic so much.
Yeah.
I like, I remember when I when I was going to start comedy, one of the things I had to do was convince my people that somebody who, in their words, they sent to the best schools in the world, now decided he wants to be Baba Salah. You know, and I had a lot of convincing to do. Over the years, we have realized that it's not just comedy for comedy's sake.
Absolutely.
You know, although for me there are two schools of thoughts. There's always been two schools of thought. Those who just want to make you laugh. And there are those who want to make you laugh and think.
Yeah.
And you know, you will have laughed like you want to kill yourself. Then on your way home,
you'll be thinking about
it. I mean, that idiot they talk to that way, they talk that, you know. And Nigeria, I love to say this, Nigeria is a vibe. Even if you're not a comedian, there's something you can pick that would make you, that if you talk about it, people will laugh. All you just need to do is look for a creative way to put it. I heard you talking about when people in the House of Reps were scaling the fence. I remember the time they were fighting in the Senate, and one of my favorite jokes then was I was at home, I woke my son and told him, Junior, slap me. My wife looked at me. He said, no, Daddy, I can't. I said, my friend, will you slap me? If you don't slap me, I slap you. If I slap you, you slap me. My wife said, come. What's happening? I said, no, leave him. I'm preparing him for the Senate. For you to be a good senator, you must be a good giver and receiver of slap, you know? So, what has comedy done? Okay, first, let me tell you what comedy can do. It's been medically proven that comedy relaxes the whole body.
Absolutely.
Comedy boosts the immune system. Comedy triggers and releases some enzymes, some hormones. There's one called
endorphin.
Endorphin. God bless you.
Okay.
Now that doctors are on strike, maybe we should be. Laughter protects the heart. You know, what else? What else? Laughter brings joy, but most importantly, laughter helps with mental health. That is the most important part of that, which is the most important thing comedy has done in Nigeria.
Absolutely.
Now, see, I'm sure human rights activists and those who want to cause trouble, those who want Nigeria to break, they hate comedians. I'm sure they do. Because issues that you ordinarily cause trouble, trigger fire, make people want to kill themselves. Tomorrow you go on Instagram and one young man has done a skit
on it,
and everybody's laughing, and the guy who wants Nigeria to break is going, oh my God, this guy is okay, don't worry, we'll bring another one, you know. So what comedy has done in Nigeria is it has doused tension. Every day I read the papers and I ask myself, oh my God, how do we still keep sane in this country?
With all the things we hear.
Oh my God, how do we still function? How do we still leave home? How do we still, you heard that you're driving in traffic, they break your glass and they want to attack you. This afternoon I had a skit about that the guy is trying to break your windscreen. You roll and tell you, oh boy, you break him, you enter, you go follow me, go outside. You follow me, go. You know, there are so many things that comedy has done for Nigeria that is, with the benefit of hindsight, you start to say, oh, wow, wow, wow. And what is responsible for this is social media. You know, back in the days, you had to be on TV to be able to do what? To be heard. To be heard. Yeah. And in those days, I remember when I started out, way back, there were things you could say on TV, and there were things you could not say. There were things they said was not to be broadcast.
Yes. Absolutely.
So people watching will be saying, this guy. But they don't know that there are things you cannot say. But now on social media, I can say anything I want to say. And the rate at which Nigerians have embraced the skit culture is amazing. And I'm not surprised. Nigeria, if I start bagging sand now, in pure water sachet, and I start saying, sand, sand in traffic, people will be saying, is this guy crazy? If tomorrow they see me driving a Jeep, everybody will start selling sand. So for me, that is what we've been able to achieve. We've been able to stop Nigeria from breaking. Absolutely. We've been able to stop Nigerians from going mad. We've been able to stop Nigerians from killing themselves. We've been able to stop Nigerians from... No, we've not stopped them from wanting to run away.
No, that one.
I was going to address the issue of the youth of Nigeria, you know. So have we been able, you talked about the fact that you've been able to do a lot of things with comedy, but have we been able to address the societal problems affecting the youth with comedy?
One of the things we've not been able to, whilst I always say that we've done so much, but we've not gotten to the promised land. For me, one of those things I think we should tackle head on now is this issue of ritual money. You know, when I was growing up, they will say, don't collect sweet, don't collect sweet. If you collect sweet,
you turn to goats.
No, they will kidnap you, or you turn to goats. We had jokes on those ones, and you piss on the money you see on the road, and you pick the money and go. But now it's so alarming that every day you hear one man was caught with human head, and one young boy was caught with human head. One young boy killed his girlfriend. So I think having made people laugh, and this is where the skit makers come in. See, when I go to anchor an event in Government House, I can only be satirical. I can only play. You know, I can only play. I remember I said once that, Your Excellency, I would have been here earlier, but there was no traffic on 3rd Mainland Bridge. It took me almost 3 hours to get here. I'm sure later I would get it. But if I'm on social media, I can say, traffic there, you know. So there's a limit to what I can say when I'm face to face, you know. And first and foremost, what I was called for was to make people laugh, make things lighter, not to add to their problems. But this is where the power of skits and films and short plays and all that come into play. You know, the problem in Nigeria that I see is that when it was perceived that there was a lot of money in stand-up comedy, everybody ran to stand-up comedy. Now there's money in movies. People run to movies. Now, now skit makers, they make money now. The influencers. But I think we need to sit down and tell ourselves, okay, this is what I want to do. This is my USP. This is my unique selling point. I do skits, but I'd rather not do skits. But for the skit makers, they also have to specialize. There's somebody called Mr. Jollof. Mr. Jollof is a madman. He says,
as it is. He
says things as I love him for that. After when he finishes, he will say, small time now. They'll say Jollof, don't smoke Igbo. You know, I like that about him. But you see, the trend is what has finally happened in music, where everybody just sings beats and people come and shake. Now, in skit making, I'm beginning to realize, I'm beginning to notice that people are beginning to show the woman's endowment. They're beginning to talk about sex. They're beginning, all those sell, but you can also pass messages. Mr. Jollof, I think, has about 3.5 million followers. So that means that if you choose that arm of, or that genre of skits, you can also be popular, make money and all that. So for me, we have a lot to do in youth reorientation. Because, okay, we say our leaders, or let me not be guilty of this generalization, we say most of our leaders are thieves. But when you talk to a lot of young people now, and they say they want to go into government.
Everybody's,
oh boy, when we reach there,
we say we go chop our
we go
own.
shop tire. That is what we need to start working at, because the problem of Nigeria today, as far as I'm concerned, is not Mr. President, is not the people in government, is not the weather, is not you people on TV, is all of us as a people. Our mindset is warped. That is why a Nigerian will feel comfortable driving on one way when you tell him, hey, wait him, you say pass your own. You know. So for me, we need to work on our mindset, and that is the work of the comedians.
Absolutely. So we'll take a break now. When we return from the break, Elsie has a lot of questions. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I go wrong.
Now, if you just tuned in, we're having an amazing chat with Benga Adeyinka on the state of the nation and the impact of comedy. You can join the conversation. Send us an SMS or WhatsApp to 081-803-84663. Okay, so Elsie, over to you, baby.
Yes. Elsie?
She sounds like Chelsea. Don't mind her. That's why she's winning.
Please. I don't want to hear anything about what happened yesterday.
God bless you. Are we together? Are we Arsenal together?
I support the best football team in the world.
Which is?
Arsenal.
Yes.
My sister, take her Bluetooth. Bluetooth.
Okay, so well, let's come back. I mean, you've talked a lot, but if we allow you, I already know you, you would speak for 1 hour and tell us what we need to know. And we of course agree that comedy has really impacted us personally, generally and all, but how much more can we do? I know you have said people need to have a purpose to their content, but you cannot also take away the fact that we have a lot of people flooding into that industry now because there is no job, and I can make people laugh. Opportunity is there, let's just do it. So how do we begin to get them to see it from that angle as well, and also maintain making money? What more can be done?
Okay, I think first and foremost, the sky is big enough for birds to fly. There are 1,000 or 1,000,001 footballers in the world, but those who will play Premier League
for Chelsea.
Please allow our guests to talk.
Those who will play Premier League will play Premier League.
Yes.
The Lukakus will emerge. But you see, you can't stop people from exhibiting what they have, coupled with the fact that Bele is very important. But you see, what I'm saying is that you and I, you, me, we lie to ourselves too much. If somebody sends me a skit, if I'm your brother, and I send you a skit, and it's not funny, you tell me, oh, nice one, my guy, keep on.
She will do it.
Yes. If there was a point in the industry, I was complaining against raw jokes. That you can't go to some events and be doing raw jokes. You can't. But you see, the problem is that the people who tell raw jokes have more followers on Instagram.
I mean, that's where I was going to say, can I defend some of these people who will say it's okay? It's just like music, yeah? Somebody comes to you and tell you they have a song, you listen to it in your mind, and because you know music to an extent, you kind of feel like this song is not good. It. And you open your mouth and say it is not good. In the next 1 week or 6 months, this person has blown.
No, let me tell you why that happens.
The hater.
I'll tell you why it happens in music.
It also happens in comedy.
It's very easy. It's what you hear over and over again that you like. So what happens is I bring bad music to you. I have music to push it.
Money.
I have money to push it. Let me not even go into payola. Let me not go into that.
But the same thing happens in
because that is what is killing music in Nigeria. But let me not even go into that because I'll be in trouble. See, with comedy, if you have your style, everybody has a style. Yeah. One of my favorite songs is by Dare and Nice. Says, just because you know Badu, my style, at all, naiba the pass, so that you don't love my style.
Somebody else will.
Somebody else will. But my sister, what is bad?
Style is even bad.
What is bad is bad. Me, there was a song that came out that I didn't like. It was very raw. I did not like it at all. Over time, when I'm at bus stop, I will hear it. I will. Now, I even dance the dance. You know? So, what do we project? What do we support? As a comedian, if I don't like raw jokes, do I support comedians who don't do raw jokes? As a broadcaster, if I believe that comedians need to make sense, make more sense, musicians need to make more sense, are we giving them platforms?
Do you think, do you think the comedy industry need gatekeepers right now? Sorry.
See, for me, I don't believe that just like I don't believe that the federal government has a right to tell TV stations what to report. I don't think that anybody should be a gatekeeper. The wheat will be separated from the chaff.
Okay, so I was going to say that, is it possible that where we are in currently now in Nigeria is coming from the educational degradation that we've experienced over the years? Because, I mean, you went to University of Lagos. I mean, Alibaba is pursuing a PhD. People see him as a comedian, but you know, I don't know which level now you yourself have reached to your own.
No, me. Let me tell you, I will have gone to do my masters, but I like houseboy work. Houseboy work. They
give you money.
At the council.
You know, but I'm just trying to say that if you want to sit on that pedestal that you want to push even to PhD level, you have the mental capacity too. How many of the young people today, you know, because again, you left out a category. There are some that just need to make money.
Yes.
They do not care about any mission or any, they just want to make money, they want to be popular, and they want to blow. So how many of the young people today have been well educated to understand some of these things? Because these national, nation building and national issues and all of that is ingrained from even your upbringing, what you heard your parents say to you and all of that. How many of these young people today,
sis,
you know,
truth be told,
there's
space for those people though.
True.
We are 200 million people, and I'm sure it doesn't even scratch the toe of the numbers. So if you have, that's when I travel abroad and people say, oh, Nigerians are very corrupt. I say, see, we are 200 million people. Take 10%, let 10% be corrupt. Is more than the population of some islands. So you can't use that to judge. So if you want to do shaky comedy, do it. If you want to do intellectual comedy, do it. If you want to do satirical comedy, do it. What I'm against is all of us running in one direction. And what I'm also saying is that we need more people who appreciate the fact that people with brains should do. Now, I don't want to offend people. Not people with brains. Let me rephrase. Let me rephrase.
We want to blow now. Say the one that Insta blog will take it.
People who want to do intellectual comedy. There's a young guy. His name is SLK.
SLK, yeah.
That boy is amazing. But how many TV programs has he been on?
We'll invite him. Don't worry.
Please invite him. How many shows has he performed on? How much money has he made? See, Yoruba people say that when you wait too long, your mind go the weak. You begin to do all these things where other people they do.
Exactly.
So my take is there's a need for us to change and fine-tune what we do to help in nation building. But who is helping? The Honorable Minister for Information and whatever,
Lai Mohammed,
has never for one day called on comedians who are probably the most listened to people in Nigeria. Somebody once said that people now take comedians serious and don't take people in government serious. How many days, how many times have they had the need to push something out? And I've called comedians together and said, guys, say we don't get money. I know people who will do it. I will do it. That say we don't have money. But you see, this problem of cultism is killing us. This problem of sacrifice, this problem of Yahoo is killing us. This problem of the only thing they do is come on TV and tell you you can't do this, you can't do that. Nobody would listen to you. There are ways that comedians can package these things and throw it out for people to listen. So government has a role to play. I remember growing up, musicians were used to push a lot of programs. Operation Feed the Nation.
All those narratives.
All those narratives, musicians were used to push.
Even during election.
During elections. Mamsa. I remember when the vice president was elected and we're having a send-forth party for him. I told him, and I hope he's listening, I told him that, sir, if there's one thing you will do for us in Abuja, it is the Ministry of Reorientation. The minds of our people need to be changed.
That ministry, I don't know what's going on there.
It's as good as dead, as far as I'm concerned.
You have been doing this for a long time. You've diversified. I mean, events, stand-up, skits, name it. I mean, you understand the business of comedy. And when we look at your life, you are that one person that can be seen, even when it looks like, oh, they don't want to associate with entertainers. This person is not working well. You are sort of that bridge. I mean, we saw you anchoring TB Joshua's burial. We see you in places that you will not see your regular people. And I feel like for you to be in that space, you have applied a level of diplomacy to your craft, right? Yes. How can you train others to be at that space? And how also are you using this emotional intelligence of yours to create awareness among those people that even we cannot reach?
Okay, I have guys who work with me. One of them goes to the villa like he's going to shop now. He's the official MC. I think what matters is appropriateness. So you cannot teach anybody how to be funny. I can't see the best broadcasters in the world. If they don't know what appropriateness is, they won't have job. They'll be sacked from here to there to there. So what I've always preached, and I think what has helped me, is appropriateness. I can't come to your dinner now and be telling you about some women shaking their ash. I know the joke, but I know where to tell it.
Yes.
Do you understand? I was at an event, and that day I almost entered the ground. It was dinner time, and this comedian came up and said, "Ladies and gentlemen, oh, I see my mentor here." I say, "Hey, I don't know you." It's professional courtesy. And he said, "So as you want to go shop now, make una dey careful, oh, because if una go shop finish now, una belle come dey run. You know, say na different kind of, I can't mention it.
Please, don't.
Day. Na different kind day. Some they look like some they." I looked at him.
Dinner. Where people are about to eat.
I looked at him.
That's so gross.
I almost fainted. So I called him.
Your mentee.
So I looked for a way to catch that. I said, "My brother, you don't say things like that. One, at a corporate event, nobody wants to hear about your toilet escapades and all that. Then two, not even when you're having dinner, I say, oh God, nobody will know the S word now.
No, nah.
So there's willingness to be taught. Because it gets to a point. See, how can I think? Okay, I have 201,000 followers on Instagram
alone.
Just my small 200 and something. Then somebody who has 2 million followers does something that is wrong, and I say, my brother, I beg. And he says, bros, indirectly he's telling me, if to say you know this thing, you go get followers past me now. Do you understand? So there's a limit to what you can do, but in my own little way, I have guys, my show for instance.
Yes.
Laugh Matters.
Laugh Matters. There's a standing rule. We're a family show, no raw jokes. In fact, once you start, you can't hold them, your mic is turned off. You know? Because that is a way I build my own people. But at every point in time, everybody has a mentor. Till tomorrow, Ali Baba is my own mentor. If I have a problem now, I'll call him, hey, boss, I beg this one, that one. He will tell me. I have people who call me like that too. But my people say, son shikpa, mother carry. Okay, let me say it well in Yoruba. It's the child that lifts the hands that the mother will carry.
Lift up. Oh.
You know? So there's a limit to what you can do. But I think that it's not totally a bad case. There are a lot of skip makers out there that I love who are doing great content. A lot of them. Macaroni, Taoma, Shaggy, BM, Barrister Mike. There are these guys abroad too who are on a separate level. Then the ones that trip me the most are the guys who use their languages. You know, when we started comedy, it was always English. But some guys have gotten so confident. And pidgin. Some guys have gotten so confident that they speak Yoruba, they speak Igbo, they speak Hausa. If you don't understand, Google is your friend.
Let's take some comments from our audience quickly. Oh my God.
I was going to ask a question, but after the comments, okay?
Oh yeah, hacks your money.
Okay, comments from Ade says, good evening, ladies. What's your guest take when comedians perform on church platform? Some twisted Bible messages in a negative way while on the podium as a comedian. I'm not against the industry, but such performance on church podium should be readdressed.
Okay, God bless you. My
Ade lives in the UK, by the way.
Oh, how are you doing? And I'm not a lady, I'm a guy. Because she said, hello, ladies.
Don't mind that day, he forgot to add and gentleman.
My take is this. And I hope Ade won't get offended. There are 1,000, I don't know how many channels are on TV now. If I decide to put on my TV and watch a particular channel, whatever I see, whatever I get. See, I hate to talk about churches. A lot of these pastors need these comedians to draw crowd. So they bring them. So how do you now tell a man who needs the comedian to draw crowd that what he's doing is wrong? It's his business model. Sorry, it's the way he wants to do his church.
It's a business model.
No, it's the way he wants to do.
It's a business model.
It's the way he wants to do his church. I have never heard of a comedian forcing his way to get on a church podium. I've been invited to perform at churches, but I will never climb the podium. I'm an Anglican. I know a place called the Holy of Holies. I will never climb up there. They won't even allow it in my church. So, see, but I'm not a pastor. But all I can say is, they were invited. They will be paid.
They saw other comedians, but they chose this particular comedian.
They didn't even have to call comedian. They did not even have to call comedian. But if their model is to bring comedians to church, good. It helps the industry. We will have another group of comedians called Christian comedians that will be making money from churches.
But we have them actually.
And then we would have Muslim comedians making money from churches. Then we will have Babalawo
Shongo comedians.
My comment is from Austin Osaga from Benin. He says, greetings to you all. He didn't say ladies this time. He said, greetings to you all and Mr. Benga Adeyinka Jr.
God bless you,
My
sir.
regards to him.
God bless you.
So he's just greeting you, sir.
Okay, so we have like 2 minutes to go.
Just 2 minutes.
I'm telling you, time.
I don't agree.
Time flies when we are having fun.
I was in traffic for like 4 hours. I don't agree. We'll do 4 hours today.
Quickly, one last question.
Okay, so if you want to say the solution to comedy in Nigeria, what would be the solution to, individuals who are trying to get into comedy?
Okay, solution to our problems in the industry, Abby?
Yes.
Professionalism. That's the word. And that's what I've always preached, be professional. I always tell my guys that, see, if I advertise a show and I have 10 comedians on it, the crowd is paying for 10 comedians, they should see 10 comedians. The habit of giving them more than they ask for is wrong. If you want to get on stage, there's no need for you to get high. It's like somebody wanting to operate on you, and he says, oh boy, before I cut this guy, make I ginger myself, make I smoke him, make I drink alcohol. Would you allow professionalism? The day a lot of us are professional.
So, hitting on that professionalism is where I wanted to come with. You mentioned the Minister for Information not inviting comedians. Is it possible that it is this lack of professionalism that they have seen that do not make them regard your job? Because you wield a lot of power as a comedian. So
okay,
how come?
Let me ask a question.
Okay.
Is it all politicians in Nigeria that are upright? So why is it that they deal with politicians? They will be able to pick people that they will work with. It's as simple as ABC. It's not even an excuse. We are on every sector has people who are not professional.
True.
It's not exclusive to the comedy industry. But what I'm saying is that for us to grow more, for us to do more, we need to be much more professional. And I think we need to take ourselves more serious. Ali Baba's first billboard that I saw said, making people laugh
is serious
business. We have to see it as business and see it as serious.
But on this show, we like to find solutions. So if they don't come to you, is it possible for Mohammed to go to Mountain if Mountain doesn't go to Mohammed?
Yes.
You reach out and do something.
COVID really hurt me. It was 10 years of Laugh Matters, the year of COVID. We're going to have a training workshop and seminar. But TA does this thing all the time in Lagos. Should I tell you the painful part of it? He has what he calls the Eco Festival. The painful part of it is that we don't need what
he's talking about.
Those who are training come to talk about that end up being there. The young ones who need it end up not coming.
Wow.
And some of them will tell you that, waiting. Those people not falling now. If to say we did when they did, they no go blow.
On that note, this man says, this man Adeyinka is a genius indeed. He has helped so many upcoming
thank you very much,
artists. Thank you. I don't know, you did not send your name, but thank you so much, Ming Adeyinka. You've been an amazing. By the way, he's taking us out for dinner.
Yes, so we're going to have dinner. Before we talk about dinner, let me just tell you this one quickly. I went somewhere one day so that you know what will happen. And I shouted, waiter! I said, wait. I said, give everybody food. He said, people listen. Hey, I said, when I'm eating, I like everybody to eat. He said, oh my God, oh my God. Then I shouted again, waiter! I said, what? Give everybody drink. When I'm drinking, I want everybody to drink. I said, thank you. Then when we finished, I said, waiter! I said, what?
Give
everybody their bill. Because when I'm paying, I want people to pay.
You will pay for this.
Okay. So before we go, do ensure you follow us at PlusTvAfrica on Instagram. You can drop your comments and further interact with us. And we're planning a giveaway to say thank you to you for believing in the Waze brand and for following the conversation. Do well to follow us now. It's at PlusTvAfrica. So if you missed today's quote, here it is again, yo. He's following us.
I want you to
The duty of comedy is to correct men by amusing them. It's so apt and it's so short and direct. We'll see you tomorrow as we bring another great conversation to your screen. Enjoy.
Welcome to the lounge. This is TW Conversations, where everything is on the table. And today we're talking fertility. I remember as a single girl, most of my friends were married. I remember one particular friend said to me, oh, Ebo, you know, the first pressure is, oh, when is she going to get married? And then after that is, when are the babies going to arrive? So if you're out there and